Hi, everybody. George Bliss here at the 16-inch Softball Hall of Fame. And who better, maybe the most well-known Hall of Fame player ever. And we're going to interview him today. And thank you for tuning in. This is Angelo Alesia. Angelo, thank you for coming out today.
Thank you for having me, George. Appreciate it.
Now, let me tell you, folks, about the history of this superstar here. He started way back with the Flames with Rich Del Judas. Then he went to the Blues team, then the Laborers, the Jaybirds, the Bucketheads, Traffic, Hex, Splinters in 91 we were together. You were incredible as you got the big home run in that game. Hollywood Casino in 94. And then you went to the great boys, Johnny Regline. We said hi to all our folks watching. Johnny Regline, the Graphic Edge team for about 5 years approximately. You played with the national champ Licorice team, Mike North's team. Paragon, the 45s, you ended up as a national champ and an MVP with the signature team. It's absolutely incredible. You're 59 years old. I have no clue in the world how you did it. I mean, the passion is there, correct?
Yeah, the passion from day one, it never went away, and to end it like that was just crazy. I kept telling the guys in the dugout there might have been a little higher power working with me over the weekend, but they said no, but, you know, there was a little extra emotion going this weekend.
I don't think anybody, Gio and I were figuring out you've 42 years roughly. So let's just say 100 games a year, right, G? Something like that. So would you say 4,200 games you've played it? Something like 4,000 games?
You know, I was laying awake last night trying to go over that, and it's over 5,000 because we used to play 100, 120 games just in our regular league, you know, with our big teams. So, you know, add that into the local leagues I played in, and sometimes 3 games a night. It's well over 5,000 because my legs can tell you it's over 5,000.
So, Gio, let's take 5,000 games, 2 hits a game, 10,000 hits. 10,000 hits, and that's no exaggeration. This guy did it all. And you've had such incredible, great years. And not only that, most of the years you played the outfield, center field, big defensive star as well.
Yeah. Most of my career I was more proud of my defense than anything because, you know, I was, when I first started, I was, you know, being lefty and fast, I was pretty much one-dimensional. So defense was big for me. I mean, 37 years in center field, that's a lot of ball games. And then I had to learn how to hit, so I really didn't hit my prime until 35. So it just...
Wow, that's an interesting thing. You're known as in the top 3 hitters of all time. Who guided you to become a great hitter? Just picked it up from the guys you played with, or you had a coach that helped you?
Well, you know, I was really lucky to play in the era or eras that I've played in, but in the 80s, my God, I mean, it's a who's who of it. Johnny Kelleher, who I see often, and just as a side note, I saw him the other day, and he had heard that I was MVP. He was so excited, and I couldn't believe it. But just him, the way he cut, and Pat Harity, the way he cut, because I never cut. I probably didn't start cutting until I was 30. And, you know, you just have to get better. So you see all these guys, what they're doing, and then, you know, add your thing. You know, I got pretty good at hitting because when I grew up with my brothers, we didn't have enough guys, so right field was always out. So I learned how to hit the left field. That just opened it up for me, and you know, you just become a student of the game. That's what it's all about.
We're here at the Hall of Fame SSA broadcast. This is the guy here, folks. This is one of my most exciting interviews. This is Angelo Alesia. I just want to repeat, he just won the MVP for the signature team out at Highland, Indiana. That was the SSA Major Nationals. At age 59, he wins the MVP. Sal called us and said you had something like 9 or 10 hits in a row. I mean, that's not done, okay, by anybody, and you do it at age 59.
Yeah, you know, and Gio probably backed me up on this, but, you know, the way he and I hit, when the pitcher has to stand on the mound, that opens it up a little bit more.
And you have gloves, Ange.
They do, but you know, it's still positioning, and when you can't take that drag off the mound, that kind of cuts the area down a little bit and opens it up for the hitter, for me anyway. And you know, I sensed we had a really good team. I mean, there's no pressure on anyone to hit on this team because everybody could hit. But my guys were struggling a little bit. The first few games we weren't hitting like we usually do. So I took it upon myself to get the boys going, and then it proved, because they didn't need me in that championship game, that's for sure.
And what do you do? You're a great outfielder. You come and you pitch the last couple of years at a high level. How'd you like pitching, comparatively speaking?
I liked it. Sometimes I was a little embarrassed if I pitched a good game, because then people think you're a pitcher and I'm an outfielder acting as a pitcher. But again, I learned from the best pitchers ever. I mean, Mike Tallow, I played behind him. I played behind Pat Caputo. I played behind Eggs. I played behind Lenny Nuzzo. These are all guys who controlled the defense, and this made it easier for me to play outfield. And then learn pitching from those guys.
Yeah, speaking of this beautiful signature orange uniform, you'll notice number 83. Tell us the significance of 83, Ange.
Well, that's a no-brainer for people who do know. Nobody ever asked. They just said, "Why do you got that goofy number?" Well, that's my daughter's birthday, and she grew up in the dugout from 1 year old, and she's 26 now. So that's the significance there. And my number one fan sitting over there, my wife, she'd be at every game if she could. And this was a weird year; she couldn't be at every game. So I was glad that she was there for Nationals. That was important to me.
And you announced your retirement from the major game. Still, though, you're going to hang out with the guys over 50 league and whatnot. Do a little rec ball, correct? We can't not see you out in the field.
Absolutely. This is going to have to be a gradual retirement for me, because I can't just drop a ball in a bat cold turkey after that long. And my mind still says I can do this. I mean, the guys ask me to come back, but I just didn't want to take the field as a major player and say I'm 60 years old. I just didn't think it was fair to the game. That doesn't make sense. Nobody's done that. So I want to go out 59, and I'll play with the 50-year-olds and the 39-year-olds and have some fun. And although with Fritz and Ray, two other great managers, it's hard not to, be serious. But I will continue to do that until I can't do it anymore.
Wait a minute. You want to go out at 59 on top. Rocky Marciano, Italian-American. You're probably the most well-known Italian-American. We have Frank Lentini in the audience today. You go out on top as the MVP. There's no story like this. This has been fantastic for me and Gio to do this. And in closing, what's the game meant for you? And any parting words for other people watching out in California and all our fans on the SSA Broadcast Network? What does it mean to you, Ange? And any messages for your fans?
Well, I've been blessed. No major injuries, just 1 year. I can play over 40 years at a high level, which I'm very proud of. I'm proud I wasn't a jerk. I think maybe some guys out there might think George is waving his hand a little bit.
I know you're a total gentleman. I know. I've been following you since 91.
I just, I wanted to respect the game and respect the players. I love all the guys that I played with, against. It's such a gratifying group of summer friends and family that I was just so lucky to play this long at this level. And like I said, it just doesn't go away that quick. And to go out like that, I was more happy that the team won the title. I didn't realize what kind of story it was, being 59. I don't think myself as 59, so maybe that's why I didn't think of it as a big story. But you know what? I guess I've been around a long time, and people like yourself and Gio, who promote this game to no end, is what it's all about. And I just love coming to the park.
You're an honor to be with it, an honor to be your friend. You've made this hall better. Okay, Angelo Alesia, MVP at age 59, one of the greatest softball players ever, and a legend in Chicago. Thanks for watching this interview, and folks, play softball. It's the greatest game in America.